How is everybody doing this evening? It's a rainy Saturday evening out here in the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic. So let's see how everybody's doing. I'm doing a few live readings and some activations if required. If somebody is needing an activation, we'll see what we can do about bringing it in. But let's let some people jump on board. And most people are out and about on the town tonight. It's a Saturday, it's date night. But let's see what we get for those who are around. We'll give them a few minutes to get themselves together. And with that, we're going to do some live readings, some live activations, waiting for a few people to join while I shuffle the decks, change the energies a little bit. We'll be doing one card per person, as many people as I can do. Can't promise I'm going to get to everybody, but we give it a try. We see how many people we can get to at any given point, and we'll do some pick-up piles. We'll do a few other things. So let's shuffle the deck as we're waiting for people to come on board. There's just basic rules of the road here. We'll go over them in a few minutes. And for those of you who are not familiar with this, and thank you, Al. For those of you who aren't familiar with the rules of the road here, we ask our questions once, we're polite, and then we wait. We don't ask our question over and over again. Those people get muted because everybody needs to be patient and polite. With that, if you do get a card, I just ask that you like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if you're already following, I just ask that you make sure you're sharing so other people get to join as well. So while we're waiting for people, let's shuffle some more cards. And Mim says, will we ever be together? You really like him. Well, let's see what the energies are between the two of you. Mim said, I'm going to pull a card here. Okay, we've got two cards here. Right now, you're being tested. The two of you are sharing a telepathic bond. So, what you have to do is just be careful. Make sure you're using your discernment. You're looking for the red flags or the green flags. But the two of you have a bond. When we see telepathic bond, it usually means a good frequency match. There is a good energy between the two of you. But make sure your both eyes are open. You're not just running in there without discernment. I hope that helps you, Mimseld. And L's asking, does the woman you dated for the second time a soulmate of mine or have feelings for you? Well, you guys went on 2 dates. That's a good sign. But everybody we meet technically is a soulmate because we've got a contract with them. Let's see what the energies we have for you. We have give your relationship a chance. Calling in your soulmate. So it's a good possibility this is a soulmate. But you've really got to work on your own self-love because if you don't, this soulmate is going to go bye-bye, right? We have to really find self-love in ourselves before trying to find it externally. And so part of what you're asking for is kind of a telltale that you have some anxiety around it. You have to release that anxiety. You have to start working on yourself. As you work on yourself, you will work better with love. And so I hope that helps you, Al. And let's see what we have here. What does Spirit say about your future marriage? Well, hopefully you're in a relationship. I'll just pick a card here because if you're not, really what you have to ask is you have to ask about what it is that you're doing in this now moment that's blocking the love that you truly want to come in. For you, it's going to be all about chemistry, right? You're going to know that chemistry when it comes through, and that's for 999 angelics. And as we see, there's a lot of people starting to come in. Usually you get about 1,000 to 2,000 people per live. So I ask everybody to be patient, kind, and polite. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. I can't answer everybody's. I'll do some pick-up piles, but anybody who asks their question more than once, and keeps on asking that same question over and over again, will not get a card. They'll just get muted. It's only for that one live. So hopefully, and so Stacy, you're going to get muted because this is kind of the behavior I don't want to see. It's that person that is just making so much noise that we don't want that. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to ask their question. So let's see here. Donna, will you win custody in court? Let's see what Spirit is saying. Within a week, you're going to find your answer. They don't want to tell you right away. They want that to be a surprise. And for everybody else here, just remember, and Mimsy, discernment means that you're going to have to use your own intuition and feel into it. Spirit's not always going to tell you the answer. You have to work on it yourself, and that's why you're being tested. And Crystal, Tina Potok, I just butchered the piss out of that name. I apologize for that. Let's get you a card. Feel that this deck is going to call you. And you got 3 cards. Open up, avoid toxic people, and home needs some TLC. So when we see these 3 together, what that's telling you is you got a lot of stuck energy. Your energy field is filled with drama mamas. You need to get yourself out of that stuff. You need to work on opening up your heart, getting connected into your heart. So do some heart connection meditation, connect to yourself, because right now you need to release all that old energy. It's keeping you stuck. Get rid of those drama mamas that are in your life. You got a lot of them. That's what Spirit's saying. And also clean house a little bit. Change the energy in your house. I hope that helps you. And so I'm gonna roll through here, and just remember, everybody, just ask your question once, and then leave it to Spirit to figure out who is going to get to your who's gonna get their cards answered. Not everybody's gonna get one. I'm gonna pick and choose who I am called to. And thank you, Mim said. I appreciate that. And let's see. And hello, Amy. And Sunil Moore, I see you're coming by again. Let's see what we have for you today, Sunil. For you, the card is read. Spirit wants you to start reading up on a topic that interests you. Start finding your passion. Hopefully that makes sense to you, Sunil. And Lizzie A22. Let's see what we have for you. I feel the beast souls are going to come out for this one. So let's see what the spirit beasts want to give us. And just remember, everybody, please do like, follow, and share, and subscribe. If you have gotten a card, if you're already following me, make sure you're sharing. And for those of you who haven't gotten a card, please be patient. Put your question in only once. And so your card is the Curious Hedgecock. Pay attention to the things and people around you and discover new opportunities. Spirit's saying there's some opportunities around you, but at this point you're not looking at them. You need to kind of work on that. And that's for Lizzie A22. And so my screen is scrolling like crazy. So if I've called your name and I'm pulling a card, please pay attention, because I may not be able to focus on your name as I'm pulling the cards, because we're getting a lot of people joining. And let me see, Amy, let's see what we have for you. I feel you need a tarot card. And just remember, I'm not going to catch everybody here, but I may do a couple pickle piles to allow everybody to get a reading. Usually I'll do a yes or a no, or a timing, or a messages from your person. So for you, Amy, what we have is some choices coming through for you. Spirit saying, be very discerning. You're going to have a couple choices here. Make sure you choose the correct choice. Either choice is going to bring you something, but make sure you're taking your time to choose wisely. All right, let's see who else we have. Dingbat. Love that name. Let's see what we have for you, Dingbat. I feel it's going to be a higher self message for you. So, Spirit, what do you have for Dingbat? What does Dingbat's higher self want to say today? And your higher self is saying you're an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. So make sure you're following your own heart, not trying to people please, not trying to do things everybody expects you to do, but what brings you passion. That's for you, Dingbat. And I'm just going to scroll around a little bit, so bear with me, everybody. And just remember, ask your question once. Leave it to Spirit to find me if I have a question, if I have a card for you. Not everybody's going to get a card, but you can just be patient and wait. And I will try to get to as many people as I can. And MJ, you've been here quite a bit. Let's see what we have for you. Will things turn around for the better? MJ, you gotta believe it's going to turn around for better. I'm just going to ask a yes or no question on that one. And yeah, things are going to get better for you, but you got to start believing in yourself, and you got to start believing that things are going to turn around, because if you're just waiting for it to happen, it's never going to happen. You got to make the change within yourself. Um, and let's see who else we have here. So bear with me while I scroll through. I go up and down the line. I don't go down to the bottom. And Lena, I ask everybody, please only ask your question once. So you're going to have to wait till we have a. You're gonna have to wait till I do a pick a pile to get an answer. Let's see who else we have here. So bear with me while I getting a lot of people asking the same question over and over again. That will not help you. It just slows me down, and at the same time, it will make me mute you, and I'll just pick somebody else. So please just ask your question once. And Amy, should you contact Nancy? Let's see what the cards are saying. And for you, Amy, it's a true. Yeah, you should. And let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, and for personal readings, Mim said you can reach out to me. It's silver.fox at gmail dot or silver.fox.affirmations at gmail.com. It's right up on the top of the screen there. If you're looking at the screen, probably gonna pull that back so you can read it a little bit better. But my personal readings run between $10 and $60. A $60 reading is a 30 to 40-minute reading. Comes with a free light language as well for a small healing. And at the same time, it's done through Zoom, so you can ask follow-on questions. I do them generally on Thursdays and Friday, or Thursdays and Sundays. So if you are available on those days, that's great, because that's the days I generally will do it. And G Girl, I'm sorry about your son. I don't do any mediumship, so there's not much I can help you with that. And Frankie Mills, dear Frank Kelly, it ranges from 10 to 60 depending upon the to call it the read that you want. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Bear with me. I think we're going to I got a lot of people, more than I can answer for right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pick a pile so that everybody gets a chance to get a card. Because I know there's a lot of you. Everybody wants a card. Problem is, there's only one of me and 1,000 of you guys. And so what we're going to do is we're gonna pick some cards. We're going to do a yes or a no. It's going to be our first pick a pile for the day. And so even if you've gotten a card, you can still participate in this because you're going to use your own intuition, and everybody has the same amount of intuition. You just have to trust yourself enough to get to it. So let's put some cards on the deck here. 1, 2, and 3. So let's hold off on asking any questions right now for the next few minutes while we concentrate on a yes or no question within ourselves. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask that question when, what, when, how, and whatever is a yes or no question. We've got a green, we've got a yellow, and we've got a clear um, crystal. So we're going to ask the question in our head, and then the first answer that pops up, green, yellow, or clear, is going to be your answer. Do not second guess your intuition. So does everybody have their question? Like for Debbie Giroux, is John your person? Well, you're going to answer it yourself right now. Rhonda, you too. Your question is right there. You're going to answer it right now. Trisha, your question, put it in your head, answer it right now. Everybody is, who keeps on asking, you're going to be able to answer your question right now. So with that, let's lock our question in our head. Let's put our colors up. And for those of you who are asking the same thing over and over like a parrot, just please don't. It's never going to get answered. So I've got my question answered. Has everybody else got it? Let's put our colors up on the screen. Let's all participate. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Okay. So everybody seems to have gotten their answer here. I don't have a purple here. I have a white. It's a clear, a yellow, and a green. So let's see what we've got. So if you pick the green, your answer is yes. Open to suggestions, front and center, steady. So yes, this is going to come true. Just, it's not going to be fast. It's going to be steady. If you've asked for the yellow, if that's what you've picked, your answer is also yes. Your eyes are fully open, seeing what's possible. So make sure you're actually open about, that answer. You see it all. Use your discernment. And if you've chosen the clear crystal, your answer is yes. Rising to the challenge, floating on air, advance. So everybody gets a yes today. That's awesome, isn't it? Everybody got a yes to their question. So hopefully what you asked was a good thing, not a bad thing. These cards are called the yes or no oracle. I'll show you the box. It's one of my favorite ones out of the yes or nos. I got a lot of yes or no decks, but this is the one I always gravitate to. So let's go back to answering some questions. So hopefully everybody got a chance to at least get a question answered, a card, even if it's not your own personal card, you've answered it yourself with your own intuition, which is better anyway. So make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing because you did get a card. We try to get everybody a card. Can't always promise it, but we try. And of course, this is also entertainment only, right? Wink, wink, nod, nod. And so let me scroll up the line here. I'm going to go up and down and see a few people I've missed, and we'll go from there. And let's see who we have here. So Suze, I wanted to roll back to you because I saw yours. Will you meet anybody in your life? And you know what? Whenever I get that question, the real question that you have to ask is, what is it that you're doing in this now moment that is blocking your love from coming in, right? And why do I say that, right? It's not to be mean. It's that we all create our own reality, and as we create our own reality, it's whatever is inside of us that's preventing that love from manifesting. It needs to be resolved. Usually it's an internal conflict within self, not enough love, fear, abandonment. There's so many reasons why we can find that we don't have the love that we need inside of ourselves, because the love has to come from inside of ourselves to then attract true love, not a trauma bond. Trauma bonds are easy. But true love, that's a whole nother story, and most people don't have it. Most people are trauma bonds. So when we look at this, let's see what it is that is blocking you in love. And so we're going to ask that question. That's a $10 read usually. It's a lot longer than just this one card that you're getting here, but Spirit is telling me that your main problem is you're hiding your feelings. You need to express how you feel to the ones that you love to see how they feel in return, because once you have it out in the open, then you know, do you stay or do you go? Because if they're not reciprocating that love, then it's time to move on. So you need to work on that. That hopefully will help you, because will you find love? You will, but you have to want to find it, and you have to heal yourself enough. You have to get rid of the trauma that is holding you back from having that love within you. Because as you have love within you, love will naturally attract to you. And I hope that makes sense. And hello, Marie Kurt. And let's see what we have here. See if I have a few more coming through. And Joan Jodis, I can't really tell you about your life, but I can tell you what you need in this now moment. I'll let Spirit tell me that. So, Joan, so for you, Joan, you're a doubting Thomas, right? And you doubt yourself. And you need to get out of that doubting Thomas. You need to touch, see, hear, feel. You don't believe anything. And you need to start believing in yourself. As you believe in yourself and release your doubts, your life is going to have a huge turnaround. I hope that helps you, Joan. That's for Joan Jotis, Jotis. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And for those of you just joining, just please make sure you're reading the screen and you realize that you only ask your question once. Domain, Tina, I feel you need a message from your higher self. Let's see what we have for you. You got two cards from your higher self. Spirit, your higher self is saying, know whatever decision you made, it was the right one, so don't second guess it. Your success is closer than you imagine, so keep going. Very positive cards. Just keep going, keep working on self. And Daydreamer, will you get an opportunity in your life to visit Australia and New Zealand? Well, I hope so, because, you know, those are beautiful places. I'd like to visit both of those places myself. One heck of a plane ride for me, but I would love to visit them. So let's see what they say. First step is always believing that you will. And Spirit is saying, yep, you will, but you have to believe it. As you believe is how you manifest. And Anne Marie, will you ever pass your driving test? Well, I hope so. I hope if you don't please don't get on the road. But let's see what we have here. I hope you're not in Pennsylvania. Let's see. Spirit is saying, look like looks like TikTok is freezing like crazy here. So bear with me. I've lost a lot of screen scrolls. I froze for a little bit because TikTok is getting busy, and when it gets this busy, sometimes it dies. And so. And so Tony Love, that's a good way to do it. Sitting here waiting patiently when I have time. Okay, so I'll pull you a card. I'm not sure what you want, but I'm going to pull a card I feel intuitively guided to for. And I feel that this deck here is the one that you need, Tony Love. Hey, that card popped right out. Spirit saying, for you, it's time to break free. Embrace the thaw. Your time to rise is approaching. So if you look at it, this person is like under the ice. It's time for you to crack that ice, open everything up, allow things to flow to you. Your time is coming, but you got to start connecting to self. I hope that makes sense to you, Tony Love. And let me scroll through a little bit here. And anybody who's asking those questions like a parrot, I'm just going to mute you. I have no more time for telling people to read the screen that says only ask once. Uh, uh, Yeah, Emery. Yeah, the screen froze. Spirit saying end it now, basically meaning that stop focusing on it. You will get what you need. You will pass it, but you gotta stop focusing on the lack of not passing it. And let's see what we have here. Sharon Hunt, 67. Let's see what we have. I don't know why, but I'm feeling pulled to love cards. Sometimes this deck doesn't actually pertain to love, it just has a message. And for you, yeah, it's not a message about love, it's a message about honesty. You're not being true to yourself for some reason or another. You're putting a mask on, and you need to release that mask because as you release that mask, your true self will be there, and then your abundance comes in. But you have to release all the false stories you're telling yourself. I hope that makes sense. Don't people please. Be who you are. And I'm just going to scroll around here. Sarah, I feel you need a card too. This love deck, well, that popped out fast. And so we got 3 cards for you. Right now, I've got 2 cards telling of romance with a really tight union, but there's a healing that needs to happen for this to come through. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but this is a big commitment. When we see sacred union and romantic feelings, it means that there's a lot of feelings here. Maybe you're in a marriage that's on not so healthy ground. Spirit's saying it's time for you to heal and release whatever it is that you're holding on to, whether that's a past energy or something, but you need to release it. Time for you to heal. And Katie, let's see what we have for you. Feel the spirit animals want to come out for you, Katie. And for you, it's the wise crocodile. You need to tap into your feelings right now. You're kind of isolated from your feelings. You need to, spend some time, meditate, get in touch with your feelings, and release whatever it is that you've pushed down so deep inside of you that it's screaming to come up. You don't want it to come up in an uproar. What you want to do is you want to kind of allow that to come through in a way that you can release it a healthy way. I hope that makes sense to you. And I'm going to scroll around a little bit. And for those of you who haven't followed my directions, please make sure you're only asking once and no more than once. Those are the biggest rules I have, other than liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. So, Mindset Coach Tanya, let's see what we have for you. And Sharon, I'll explain that in a few seconds. So for you, Mindset Tanya, you need to validate your past. And what does that mean, right? You did the best you could, feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. You're judging things that happened within your past. You're holding on to that energy, and that energy is keeping you stuck, I'm feeling like a mouse on one of those glue traps. You need to release all that energy, and you need to kind of push it down. I have plenty of healings on my Silver Fox Spiritual. That's up on YouTube. So why am I called Silver Fox Sharon Hunt? So this is my logo, and my last name is Silver, and so my friends always called me the Silver Fox because I'm a bit older, and so it was kind of a joke, but I incorporated it into the name. So not a great story, but it is what it is, and this is one of my higher self pictures that one of my dear friends drew for me. And Duke, do I got you? Yeah, I got you, Duke. Let's see what we got for you. Let's see what the cards want to tell you. And so for you, it's receive. And when we see receive, it means it's time for you to be open to receiving, because right now you're blocking your own abundance by failing to receive. You're giving, 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 but you're never opening yourself up to receive. Receive is what I'm hearing. And let's see who else we have here. Sue Semio. Now, so for everybody who is getting a card, make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. Uh, and so for you, Sue, I don't know why, but I just instinctively picked up Romance Angels. Let's see what they want to say for you. For you, it's safe for you to love, and you have codependency. And this is something that's big, it's coming out. You need to feel safe. And why do you have codependency? Usually it's abandonment, it's usually rejection because you don't have the love within yourself. You need to find that love. You're another person, Silver Fox Spiritual, my YouTube channel. I have a lot of light language healings on bringing love into your life. Sharon, I am 61 years old. So that's how old I am. I'm not ashamed of it. I'll be here for another couple hundred years because you can heal your way back into being young, but it takes a lot of work on self. All right, let's see who we have here. P.A. Jallo. Let's see, what do we have for you? I'm just trying to feel into it. I feel you need a tarot. Let's shuffle this deck a little bit here. And just remember, everybody, just ask your question only once and no more than once, because if you ask too much, then I just mute you and then you miss out on it. And then maybe after a couple more of these, I am going to possibly pull another pick a pile to give everybody a chance. So for you, the Page of Cup, right? There's some opportunities going to come in, and when we see the pages, these pages mean that these opportunities there, you're going to have to use your discernment a little bit on it because they're not always a mature opportunity, but it is an opportunity. So make sure you're keeping an eye open for it. And let's see who else we have here. And for everybody who's asking 1,000 times, please don't. I want you guys to only ask once because if you ask a zillion times, I just don't answer it. I just mute you, and that's never any fun. And thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. You know, if you're looking for a personal read, I do personal readings as well. Uh, so Emily, I don't do anything with pregnancies or health because I don't want you to manifest something because the cards decide to tell you that the energy isn't right or is right at the time. We just want you to have a positive outcome, manifest uh, your own future here for that. And Jagi Lady 6. Let's see what we have for you. I feel your higher self wants to give you a message. So for you, your higher self is saying, you're still under construction, and so be patient. You are a magical being with the whole universe waiting to assist you. And so, what does that mean when we see the two of these together? It's time for you to really start working on yourself, going within. Only connect to self. Don't connect to angels. Don't connect to spirits. Don't connect to guides. Don't connect to galactics. Connect to yourself. As you connect to yourself and find out who you truly are, uh, this is you're going to be really magical. You're going to attract a huge amount of abundance, but you have to. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I hope that makes sense for you. And you're welcome, Duke. Let's see who we have here. Um, April Goulet. Let's give you a reading. Let's see what we have for you. Is this the deck? No, I think there's another deck for you. So April, you're going to get my Fox cards. They haven't come out in a while. I feel you need a little bit of inspiration today. My Fox cards, the most beautiful cards out there. They're called Fox in the Box. I wanted some Fox cards and I got Fox in the Box. And so they're inspirational. I feel you need some inspiration. And April, for you, Foxes are saying, Nurture your dreams. Tend your dreams as you would a garden with love and attention. Watch them flourish. See the beautiful fox there is working on their dream. Make sure you're nurturing your own dream. I hope that makes sense for you. And I've stacked up here with a lot of people, so we're going to do a pick a pile in a few seconds. I want to see if anything else is coming through that needs one. Anna Marie Mastro, let's see what we have for you. Let's see which is the deck I want to use. I think this one is, you know what, this is the deck I'm looking for. What is the T? So Anna Marie Mastro, let's see what we have for you today. I just need to shuffle this deck. And Debbie, we're gonna do some cards to help you with that. And so Anna Marie Mastro, what do we have for you? So threatening, intimidated, threatened, bothered. Somebody's in your energy and it doesn't feel comfortable. I'm going to pull one more card, Spirit. What else can you tell me about this situation? I think one card's not enough on this. A dirty offer, yeah. So something here for you is you got an offer and it's really an uncomfortable. I feel like it's just an uncomfortable offer, something that, like you say, makes you feel intimidated, threatened. Spirit's saying use your intuition, take your power back. Don't fall for that. I hope that makes sense to you. Not usual I see cards like that, but that's what it's being called to. And so for those of you who are wondering about love, right? When will love find me? I've been single for years. What's going on? We're going to do a what's blocking you in love pick a pile. So we're going to put 3 cards here on the thing, and you got to be prepared to face yourself where you are, right? Why don't we get love in life? It's because we have no love for ourselves. And it's really hard to have love for yourself when you're manifesting, because your subconscious is manifesting 99.9% of everything that is going on. And for those of you who just keep on repeating your name over again, please stop. I'm just muting you all because I'm not doing readings for those. But we manifest our entire life through ourselves, and most of it's done through the subconscious. And because the subconscious is doing it, we need to heal the traumas to allow us to manifest the life that we want. And so for many of us who are having issues within love and not finding the love that we want, what we're going to do is uh, we're going to keep manifesting trauma. And so what we need to do is figure out what that trauma is that's preventing us from love and start to heal it, right? Because healing's a choice. It's not going to happen automatically. And so with that, I've got 3 cards on the table. We're going to put a green, we're going to put a blue, and a purple, right? So I want everybody to ask themselves, what is it that I'm doing in this now moment that is creating a block for love to come into my life? And so I want everybody to ask that question. Pick the first color that comes into your mind, green, blue, or purple, and put it up on the screen here. We're not going to answer any questions until we finish this up here, so just don't ask any more questions until we're done. This way, we're going to give everybody a chance to get a reading, even if I didn't pick you. All right, so it looks like everybody's locked in. So let's look at what's going on for those of you who have chosen green. Okay. And Michelle, being conscious of your thoughts is a good start, but you really got to dig deep and face what you don't want to face. Right? So boundaries, right? You need to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. That's more like take your power back for anybody who has this issue. Boundaries, and boundaries are an interesting thing because sometimes people, when you say you need boundaries, what they do, they swing the pendulum the other side, so they have no boundaries, and all of a sudden they put up a wall, right? And what they do is, a boundary is a door, right? It's a door with a window. It's a door with a door handle, maybe a ring doorbell so you can see who's on the other side of the door. And if you don't like it, you close the door and you lock it. But most people, what they do is they put up a wall. There's no window, there's no door handle, there's no nothing. And that wall prevents whatever could be coming in. That's good and bad. And so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your boundaries are healthy, that you can see who's coming. But at the same time, you can choose whether to open the door, lock the door, or do anything else with that door. And so with that, let's go to the blue pile. For those of you who have chosen the blue pile, all right, your block, your biggest block is unworthy. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. And just like I said before, if you're internally not happy with yourself, you have no love for yourself, you don't feel worthy of those kind of the love that you want, well, guess what? You have to work on finding that love for yourself. And that's not easy. It's a hard thing, but you have to face all the fears that you have. You have to face all the traumas and you have to heal them one by one. It's not an easy path, but you can make it through that. But it's always about awareness and choosing. Healing is a choice. It is not something that is going to happen automatically. And last but not least is the purple pile. For those of you who have chosen the purple pile, it's addiction. You're either obsessed with somebody or struggling with addiction. And when we see addiction, it could be anything. It could be pills. It could be cake. It could be ice cream. It could be candy. It could be sex. It could be, you know, just love in general, and you're just chasing, chasing, chasing. And so what you have to do is you have to get out of this addiction and start feeling more healthy about yourself. Why are you chasing something? Why are you, it's kind of like an escape. Why are you trying to escape? And then heal what it is that you're trying to escape. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody who has played this game. I appreciate everybody who has. Let me know if this resonated with you on the card that you picked, because your intuition knows you better than anybody else. We can see things as a card reader from the energies, but we don't see it from inside you. You have to see it from inside you, because only you can see it from your perspective. And so with that, let's see what we have here, and let's see who we have. I'm just scrolling through, and let me see who I have. Uh, Sassy, let's get you a card. I feel for you. We're gonna do what's the T? I think you need a T card. Let's see what's going on within your energy. All right, Sassy, for you, somebody's got a bad reputation. I'm hearing that song. Uh, and then stalker, right? So what's going on here? Somebody's stalking, somebody's in your energy, and that stalker uh, has not a good intention, not a good reputation. Be careful, be alert. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Sassy. Um, let's see where we are. Hello, Truth. Good to see you again. And I'm just scrolling through here. So bear with me while I look at all the cards. Ethan, let's see what we have for you, Ethan. All right, so Ethan, we've got two cards for you. We've got hustling, making it right, focused on money, and Spirit saying, you know, you're in that energy of just moving, 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 producing, 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 getting things done, making things happen. And you seem to be unbothered by everything else there. If you are bothered, it's time for you to change that energy and kind of don't give a F about what anybody else thinks about what you're doing at this moment. Just know you're on the right track. And let's see. Zuri Sobrilla. Let's see what we have for you in the cards. And Janet, I don't do any stuff whatsoever about health issues. Only thing I do is spiritual healing. Um, Tell me what's going on with your knees. Maybe I'll give you a little bit of light language for that. But let's see what's going on here. So Zuri, let's see what we have here. And for those of you who didn't get a reading or haven't gotten a reading and you need something right away, I do paid readings. I do them generally on Sundays and Thursdays. So today's a great day to ask for a reading. For you, this is shine. Your light irritates their demons, and Spirit's reminding you to just keep on the positive aspect, keep shining your light. As you shine your light, uh, get rid of all the darkness around you. And TK Poodles, you're going to be blocked. So for anybody who is seeing people who say, "Hey, please contact me the from the list here," those are scammers. We don't want to talk to scammers. They're not related with me whatsoever. So always be wary of anybody who tells you to inbox them and they'll do something for free. All right, and so when we see that, we just block. We just tell them, go, thank you, but no thank you, because it's always going to cost you something. Um, just call me Jules. Let's see. I don't know about the universe, but I'm going to give you what your higher self wants you to know in this now moment. Just call you Jules. Okay, for you, Jules, your higher self is saying, everyone you meet is another part of you that wants to be loved. So Spirit's saying to you that as you meet people, and yeah, they may annoy you, they may, uh, trigger you to some extent. What you have to do is realize that they're only showing you a reflection of you. And so you need to find out what's inside of you that is causing that reaction and to heal it, because everything that we see, every experience is a reflection of our own internal conflict. All right. So hopefully that helps you. That's what the universe wants to tell you, at least your higher self. And let's scroll down here. And thank you so much, Truth. I appreciate you. And Jilly444. So never ask anybody if it's your right path. I'll ask Spirit, but nobody can tell you what your right path is. Only you can tell that. And so don't ever believe somebody who tells you what your path is. You should know it internally, and if you don't, it's time to connect to self and find it out. Usually, it's what brings us passion. The Spirit card is saying no, but you need to follow you, not what these silly cards tell you, because only you know you. And Julie, I'm sorry about your mom, but I don't do any mediumship. And Ari, let's see what we have here. And for those of you who just asking questions over and over again, you just get muted because we don't have time for that. So Ari, where were we here? Yes, you may have a card. I'm gonna pull. What's the T cards for you? Okay, and for you, Ari, uh, you're hooked on some past energy here. I'm going to hold this card up to you. So when you see it that's this far up like this, you see how the tree branch is breaking because it's being dragged down by the weight of what's holding them back. You need to release whatever it is that you're kind of sticking to, that you're holding on to. It's time to let it go. You can't keep on holding on to this grudge. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Whether that's a grudge, whether that's an energy, you have to just release it. And let's see what we have here. And bear with me, everybody. And just remember the rules, everybody. We only ask a question once. I go up and down the line to see who uh, is I'm being called to. It's me, Rosie. I feel there's a card for you. And For everybody who's wondering why they don't get picked, if you put a lot of questions in at once and keep on doing it, it never can happen. Uh, for you, there's an energy of lack of money, the broke ass. You need to get out of that lack. You need to just change your perspective a little bit around money and around yourself and what you're worth, is what Spirit's saying. It's time for you to realize you're worth more than uh, just the material money. And as you do, you'll find your abundance. Let's see. And just remember, if you did get a card, please make sure you're liking, following, sharing, subscribing. I'm going to probably do one or two more cards, and then I am going to exit for the evening. Let's see what we have here. And Julie, I don't do any mediumship, so you'll just have to tune into your own intuition on that. All right, T. McAllister. You need a direction. Well, the first direction is put your one foot in front of the other, and that's a direction. I'm going to pull what's going on in your energy. Let's see what's going on with you, T. McAllister. For you, you have a woman holding your heart. You need to let that go. This is holding you back. You need to open your heart, be vulnerable again. Stop putting that energy to something that's past, that's no longer serving you. And for all you that are just asking over and over again, never gets a reading. Bear with me. I'm going to pick one more person, whoever I am being called to, and then go from there. Let's see who I'm being called to. Let's see. Linda French, 148. Let's see what we have for you. Feel it's an energy card. You're going to be the last one for today. Linda French, you got two cards, Rest and Rejuvenation and the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. And so when we see the two of these together, right, first thing you need to do is meditate, go in and connect to yourself, start connecting to yourself, start allowing the frequency of love to come in and allow it to clear a lot of your blockages, because right now there's a door and the door to happiness is open, but you're choosing not to go through that door. You have to choose, but what's blocking you is you're still sitting inside of illusion and confusion, and you need to get out of that. You need to release that stuck energy. Maybe visit over at my Silver Fox Spiritual. I've got a couple really good ones for self-love and for abundance on there. It's all light language. It's all for free. If you feel that you want a healing, you can reach out for that. I do those as well. They range from $10 to $60. That's on YouTube, Silver Fox Spiritual. You look for the logo right here. This is always going to tell you it's my channel. And for those of you who are watching live, just if anybody pops in the lives and says message me and go to my inbox, it's a scammer. You got to use your own discernment on that. I can't solve for that. Yeah, I see we have another one coming in. So I just blocked her too. So, when you see that at inbox me, you know that this is a scammer. These guys have no clue what they're doing. Otherwise they'd have their own lives themselves. But instead, what they do is they're like parasites and they reach out to everybody else's. We don't do that here. Okay. So with that, that is the last of my readings for this evening. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you do need a reading, a personal reading, please reach out to me, silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. I have them all from $10 all the way up to $60. A $10 read would be like messages from your higher self, messages from your person in separation, or, what's blocking you in love. A $25 like a one question mini read. And then I have a $60 read, which is about 30 to 40 minutes via Zoom. It's interactive. and you'll get a light language healing with it. And so let me know if anybody's interested. You can DM me or just reach out at silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. Make sure you're liking, following, sharing, and subscribing, and make sure your notifications are on so you know when I go live. So it looks like I had to do my puzzle piece because I'm getting, once it gets close to an hour, they make you prove that you're still alive and you're just not a bot. So with that, have a great day, everybody. And just remember to follow the rules next time. So if you got muted this time, just remember we only ask a question once. Please be patient. There's over 1,000 people that want a question answered, and the noisiest one never gets the answer. They get blocked because you're making the screen scroll too much, and I can't focus on people. And so with that, have a great day, and I'll see you at the next reading. Cheers.